I have outsider syndrome. I have FOMO. I, a lot of times, I feel like, I don't know, it's like that weird feeling. It's like that weird feeling that I don't even know how to articulate it. It's like, it's not that you're unpopular or that people don't like you or that, like, I don't know, it's almost like you think you're cool enough to get invited to things, but like, you don't. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know if it's them not wanting to invite you or it's them thinking that you're too cool or wouldn't want to go anyway, so they don't invite you. You know what I mean? And it's just something that I've been thinking about all throughout high school. Like, I talk with everyone. I try to talk with everyone, right? And it's almost like I would be the type of, like, I have the desire to be the person who starts the parties, be the person who invites people over. I like to be the creator, the initiator of things. I like to be able to build things, to create things. I like to provide. And so, I don't know, I just don't really like the idea of being kind of invited to things and then just showing up because I was this so and so's friend and so they invited me, right? Like, I would like to be the person that invites people. And I don't know, I just think it's easy for us to get lost in the FOMO. It's easy for us to get lost in this outsider syndrome. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have many close friends. I don't. I have one really close friend, and then I have a few other closer friends. But it's, and I'm not necessarily mad about that. I'm not necessarily mad about that because think about this: if you had the choice, would you rather have one brother who you could share everything with, who you could trust your life with, who you could know that they would be there for you always, throughout everything, all things? Or would you rather have 15 acquaintances who invite you to parties and whatever, you have fun with them, you know? You make good memories with them. You guys go out and do things together, but at the end of the day, after high school's done or after college is done, you don't really talk to them ever again. And I think there's a time and place for both. I think it's good to have people that you just have connections with and that you can just reach out to in order to do certain things. But I think it's also important to have that one close friend. To me, it seems that the acquaintances who invite you to things, who you have connections with, are simply a bonus when you just have that one, super close friend. But to me, it seems that when you just surround yourself with a bunch of people and you don't find a close relationship with a single person, you're lacking something. You're lacking something. Whereas when you have that one brother who you can even die on a hill with, you don't feel like you're lacking anything. It's a weird feeling to describe. And I just needed somewhere to get this down because I've come home after so many nights, so many weekend nights, sitting here in this room thinking about this kind of stuff, having the same conversation in my head, thinking that I'm missing out on a party or a get together, whatever. And then I stopped looking at social media as much. Obviously, I still go on there, but I stopped looking at Instagram as much, or stopped looking at Snapchat as much. And things just became a lot better. And I know this is a lot of rambling, but I just needed somewhere to get my thoughts down. And I think this is especially helpful for you because I know you felt this way before. I know you have felt this way before. I know that when you're sitting at home scrolling through Instagram and you see that kid's most recent post and they're with all the other people in your class, but you weren't invited, but you think you're like in their circle, but you still didn't get invited. Just kind of weird, right? And you're thinking to yourself, like, no, I mean, you're like, I'm cooler than that, right? Like, why am I just sitting at home, like, scrolling through my phone while they're doing that? Like, no, I should be doing something. Like, I'm not just sitting here looking at my phone. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, what? Like, what's happening? It's just life. It's just life. And social media is not real. And you're not missing out. Because you focusing on what you're missing out on is preventing you from living in your life fully. And that's what you're missing out on. You're not missing out on any party, on any get together. You're not missing out on any concert, whatever, that you think everybody else is going to. You're missing out on living your own friggin' life by worrying about what everybody else is doing. You're always gonna have FOMO. You're always gonna have FOMO. You could be a millionaire with cars and houses and boats and have incredible social media following and women, and you could be a G and you could just have everything and still experience FOMO. It's just the nature of being human. We want to fit in. We want to be in the group, and for a lot of us, we want to be the center of the group. For a lot of us, we want to be the top of the group. And it's like you almost feel this weird cognitive dissonance because in your mind you're the top dog, and then you go out there, and it's like people respect you, but you're just. Like, here's the thing, like, people respect me. People respect me, and they know what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? They know what I'm about because I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I only do the things that I'm interested in. And I just don't get invited to parties because I'm just a little I just don't run with the crowd. You know what I mean? And it's like this weird thing. It's like I don't run with the crowd, but I can relate to anybody. I can talk to anybody. It's not that I don't have the capacity to run with the crowd. It's just not for me. I'm just not naturally a part of the group. That's just kind of how it's always been. I've always just kind of done my own thing, ran my own race. And if you're feeling that way and you're shaming yourself, stop it. Stop trying to think that you're missing out. Stop trying to think that your life isn't as good as some of these other people's, and that you're not as popular, and that you're just going to be alone and sit in your cold room forever. Stop it. Being an outsider is it means that you stand for something. It means that you stand for something. I don't know if this is a famous quote or not, but I'm going to say it anyway. It seems to me that a person who's liked equally by everyone is loved by no one. What do I mean by that? There's a saying that goes, the person who stands for everything stands for nothing. If you are liked by everyone equally, what do you represent? What do you represent? What are you about? They probably don't even know. Why? Because you just go along with the group. That's why you're liked by everyone. If that's you. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you might not be. But if it is you, you're probably not showing your real side. I enjoy social time. I do. I enjoy being with people. I enjoy being with friends. But it's almost like I'm in this weird limbo where when I'm out hanging with people, if I know I should be working at home on something, on a project, then it's like kind of kicking myself. And then when I'm at home and I'm, find myself doom scrolling for a couple minutes, it's like, why am I here doing this? And then I have the realization I've learned so much from my life and I've achieved such incredible things and I've done such amazing things that I have to share this knowledge with someone. And there are a few people that I can share this knowledge with, and there are a few people that I can be this candid with. But it's because I've allowed myself to think about these things and let these things flesh out that I can share them with you. And so when you, like me, when you get home and you have these late night, in your feels, deep thoughts about the meaning of life, about purpose, about FOMO, anxiety, your life path, relationships, social media, whatever, success, making money, right? All of these things that we have to deal with and take care of. It's like, what's in front of you? What's in front of you? If there's something in front of you, and it seems like the logical next step, even if you don't feel like doing it, do it. What do I mean by this? If you're in school, you probably have to finish up, right? If you're in school, high school, college, you probably want to finish up and you probably want to do what's in front of you. If you do what's in front of you, you'll minimize the anxiety that you have. But the trick is to do what's in front of you to your fullest capacity, 100%, and stepping into what is uncomfortable. If you do what's uncomfortable in your life, you'll go very far. Doing what is uncomfortable in my life has been freeing to me, liberating. I've achieved things that I never thought I would achieve. And so how does this connect to being an outsider, having FOMO? It means that when you go through your daily life, you do the things that you do in knowledge that it's all working out, in knowledge that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not missing out. You're not supposed to be over there, or you know why? Because if you were supposed to be somewhere, you'd be there. You'd be there. And if it was really that important and you missed it, then guess what? You learned. And you move on. This is what life is all about. Don't spend your time thinking anxiously that you're missing out on everything. Everyone always thinks that. We all think that we're missing out on everything. Even, everyone thinks that. The people who go to the parties think that. The people who invite people over think that. The people who don't go to the parties obviously think that. Everybody thinks that they're missing out always. And the key is, you do what's in front of you. The realization and the knowledge that it's all working out for your good. It's all about perspective. If you think something is bad in the moment, you don't like your situation, you think I should have this, I should have that, why don't I have this, why am I not like him, why don't I have, this particular pair of shoes, why am I not as smart as him, why am I not as attractive as him, why do the girls find him attractive and not me, why do they invite him and not me, why am I not included? It stems from a lack of gratitude and presence for your own life. Take a moment and realize how incredible your life is. And realize that everyone has FOMO. And the real FOMO is when you don't focus on yours. Thank you.